Some breaking news. I understand we have a pursuit going on. Let's go to Desmond Shaw with a look at that. Des, tell us what's going on.
Yeah, Jeff and Susie, here we are. I still got to get the want on this one. It may have been speeding, and LA County Sheriff's Deputy's helicopter was following this vehicle for a very, very long time before they were able to get CHP on this one. So now it's CHP on the ground as well as in the air. They have since relieved LA County's deputies' airship on this one. So it's CHP both on the ground and in the air. We're going to get behind this sound wall right here, but some pretty high speeds, up over 100 miles an hour. That has been pretty much throughout the entirety of this pursuit. We've been hearing about some really, really high speeds. Westbound on the 60, going to be approaching the 605. We had heard about this. We first heard about this actually out of LAPD's Hollenbeck area. So LAPD may have had some interest in this in the beginning, but we have already spanned a lot of miles going east through West Covina into Pomona, and then South 57 now doubling back towards Hollenbeck in downtown Los Angeles. Westbound on the 60, this silver Hyundai, still trying to verify the want on this one, Jeff and Susie.
This is breaking news here on KCAL News at 10. A pursuit, possibly the want being speeding. This person going at least 100 miles per hour plus, as Desmond was just talking about. The LA County Sheriff's Department chasing this person for a minute there, following for a long time, and then they got CHP units on the ground there, and they are in chase now on the westbound 60 freeway. Desmond, it looks like there is some traffic out there.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, there is, a little bit of Friday evening traffic. Folks headed out to enjoy the beginning of the weekend. We're now hearing this is a grand theft auto, and that there's reason to believe that this person may have a gang affiliation as well. That is the story with this vehicle, grand theft auto. Possible gang affiliation with the driver. Unclear if it's just the driver, if there's other people in the car as well. Haven't heard about any weapons or anything like that. Will probably, be an assumption, though, on law enforcement's part. There you saw them actually flashing their brights at people in front of them, kind of saying, get out of the way. I am barreling through here, and indeed they are. Over 100 miles an hour here, zigging, zagging all over the freeway, on the right-hand shoulder and the center divider if need be, to avoid traffic. So definitely some pretty desperate driving going on by the suspect.
Yeah, he was topping out there at about 125 miles an hour, which is obviously a very, very fast speed as we go. This is going to be westbound 60 in that silver Hyundai, we believe. This is going to be wanted for grand theft. And that is somebody who has really got some aggressive driving, Susie. I saw him go right between two vehicles, kind of threading the needle, if you will, and continues to drive on the left-hand side of this freeway here, CHP. We haven't seen CHP at all, but man, he is going really fast. It's dark. You just wonder if oh my gosh, if you could see up ahead. Des, this is really dangerous.
Yeah, absolutely it is. It's just when you get these kind of speeds, folks are not thinking about this on the freeway. They're thinking about going out or coming back from their weekend plans right now. All it takes is, one missed lane change or something like that, and wham, you've got a serious collision when someone comes flying up that close behind you. I mean, look at this, between 120 up to 130 miles an hour at some points with this suspect. So have to wonder where they're headed. Again, we had first heard about this with LAPD's Hollenbeck unit, but to our knowledge, it was never LAPD involved on the ground. We had a sheriff's helicopter overhead, and then CHP came and relieved them, and they handed this off to CHP. And now it's been basically their pursuit. And as I widen out, they're way back there. They're maybe giving a little bit of space to this person. So we'll see what CHP's tact is going to be, but
close to a motorcycle.
Really, yeah, they're pretty close there, and just behaving really wildly here.
So let's talk about that for a second, if you don't mind, Des, because when you're going to speeds of 125, 130 miles an hour, that's something that CHP is. They're just not going to go that fast, are they?
It really kind of depends. Sometimes they will. I was shocked one time when there was a motorcycle pursuit with that motorcycle up to about 130, and that CHP cruiser was right behind and basically letting them know, I'm not just going to let you accelerate and get away from me. It's always kind of hard to tell with CHP. Sometimes they can be really aggressive. Other times they just kind of back off. A lot of times with very fast vehicles, some of the larger agencies like LAPD or sheriff's deputies, a lot of times we see them starting to back out of those pursuits. Not necessarily the case with CHP. So, you know, I would still say there's a better than 50% chance that they're going to stick with this one. But you see zigging and zagging all over the place here. The next freeway will be the 710.
Yeah, just all over the place, and using that signal too. Once in a while here, you can see it blinking off and on.
No
there.
headlights.
Yeah, no headlights, and you can see a lot of people just braking because they see this person speeding up behind them. And you can see how dangerous this is for other drivers on the freeway. As Desmond was talking about, people on the freeway, you know, Friday night, you know, feeling very casual and just having a good time, you know, and you see this driver who is speeding, as you can hear Desmond just talking about how, I mean, just reacting to this. It's so fast and unfathomable how fast this person is going on the freeway. You can only imagine, you know, people who are driving, you know, out there just seeing this happen and going, what is going on?
You know, we see this time and time again. Oh, with stolen vehicles as he threads right through there. It's unbelievable, going yet again over 100 miles per hour, almost sideswiping that car, no headlights. But you have to understand that they probably don't even know how to turn the lights on because it's a stolen vehicle. And this person is almost sideswiping cars and going at 125, 26 miles an hour, no headlights. Thankfully, though, everybody's going in the same direction. But all it takes is for somebody ahead of him to, you know, make a left, maybe, you know, change into another lane, and he comes up behind him, and there's no chance to react. And boy, Des, we're even almost losing him because he has no headlights on.
This guy's going to lose control at this rate. You know, this is not a BMW or, you know, a Jaguar F-Type. This is a little Hyundai Elantra. This is an economy car by all rights. Slamming on the brakes here just to avoid someone who's going the speed limit right there. And that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's going twice the speed of most cars. That gave CHP some chance to kind of catch up here. And look at that. They are now right back in this one. So hitting some of that traffic. And CHP looks like they're really dialed in to this pursuit. Yeah, right between two cars. I mean, it almost looked like this person was going to lose control of this vehicle, and you can just imagine losing control of a vehicle at over 100 miles an hour. What an absolute catastrophe that could be.
Yeah, this is somebody who has no regard for his life or anybody else's, going 126 miles an hour on a highway. Grand theft auto suspect. This is LA's latest police pursuit happening on this Friday night. You see it's westbound 60 here at the Valley Boulevard Southgate exit. And this all started in Monterey Park, came up as a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, and you know, you can only imagine how dangerous this is, not only for the people out there, but for these pursuing officers. Of course, they're having discussions right now with their supervisor about what they're going to be doing, how close they're going to be following this car, obviously. But
we're still 60.
You know, they're also talking about, okay, are we going to continue this chase? And if we do, you know, are we following him right there, you know, where he's, you know, he or she is getting a little pressure from the CHP officers behind this person, maybe making them go even faster, or perhaps putting pressure on them, you know, to drive more recklessly. Certainly they don't want that, but that could be happening.
So, Des, we had some successful pit maneuvers earlier this week. We had a spike strip as well that was successfully deployed, but I can't imagine that's something they can do in this situation, either one.
No, definitely not. You know, that one was that driver that was not even going the speed limit, and they had, you know, it was going on so long too, and was just sticking to the 5 that they had a lot of time to plan that out, and were able to time that one perfectly. But you know, you've got someone going twice that speed now, cutting over at the last second. Looks like we'll be getting off the freeway. If there's any opportunity for a pit maneuver, though, it would be at the end of this exit, where they could possibly have an opportunity to try to pit this person. That's, you know, when they slow down, but nope, not quite. Just going to burst right through that red light and go southbound now on Lorena. So in the East LA Boyle Heights area here, southbound, as we cross over the 60 freeway, headed southbound on this one. So let's see if this is the MO of this suspect. Are they headed somewhere where they want to try to ditch this vehicle, or what? Through another red light there at Whittier and Lorena, very busy intersection. So continuing southbound, CHP, obviously, they've got to slow down a little bit at that red light. They're not just going to plow through the way that this person is, but this is going to lead them down towards the 5 freeway as well. I believe that is it right there underneath us. See if where they're going to continue here, but right now southbound and off of the freeway.
And still going so fast. We were talking about speeds. You know, oh my goodness, so close to that car, going around that car. My goodness.
Wow.
You know, when we see the driving on the freeway, we're thinking, okay, they're going straight, they're going fast. Okay, there's, you know, less
bail.
cars around them. But we're talking about these small residential streets, and you can see the LA County Sheriff's Department's sun, on them, but the night sun on them. But boy, this is some dangerous maneuvering. I'm just hoping they slow down as they go over these bumps and through these residential neighborhoods where people can be out and about. It just makes you so nervous watching someone drive like this, especially when they're wanted for driving so recklessly and, so fast. And then they get off the freeway. It just makes you hold your breath.
Just an amazing amount of luck this driver's had by not crashing into anybody on these busy streets at these side streets here. I get the feeling he's looking for a place to bail out. What do you think, Des?
Yeah, I think so as well. Usually when we see that super fast driving and then just instantly get off the freeway, that is a lot of times what these suspects are thinking. And now kind of doubling around this neighborhood again, down to 8th Street here. So circling back around as we head east. But you see that spotlight, CHP, they've got eyes from the sky here really well. But now I only saw that one cruiser there, though, from the ground. I'm not sure how many other units are involved at the moment. We saw that one that was able to get right up on them when they took the Lorena off-ramp off the 60 freeway. There's CHP coming into our shot here briefly. Southbound on Concord Avenue, kind of hanging out in this neighborhood, going over those speed humps pretty quickly. Oh, is this going to be it? Are we into a parking lot? Wow, okay.
CHP
not
right
sure.
on his tail.
I think it is. I think this is a dead end. Up onto the sidewalk to try to get around this. No, into someone's fence and out of the car. And there they go. They're out and running. I think we've just got the one suspect. You got the two CHP. It is now a foot race out here at Glen Avenue and Lorena. They've got the spotlight on him, and these two officers that are keeping up pretty good with this person who is sprinting around. It looks like this housing project here, obscured by a couple of trees, coming around the trees here. And we'll see.
They're going to have them in no time,
I think
though,
that they may have tackled this person.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet I think they got they got him right around the corner there. They were making pretty good progress. And, this is a gang affiliation, we believe, with this grand theft auto of the stolen vehicle, this Hyundai, that just bailed out right there. I'm pretty sure, Susie, it looked like the two officers were, catching up to him as he went around the corner.
Yeah, they were really close to him. And this is the end of a pursuit that started, with the want of grand theft auto. And as Jeff was just talking about gang affiliation, we believe that there's some gang ties to this involved here. On the right side of your screen is when the pursuit part was coming to an end. The car actually went over the curb and tried to crash into this fence here, maybe trying to get through even, and then they bailed out. You can see them running down the sidewalk and the CHP officers really close on his tail, running right behind him.
I think that was a swimming pool just on the other side of that fence. Thankfully, he didn't go through there, but it appears to be. Well, what do you think, Des? I see a lot of flashlights. They're not moving around.
Oh, there he is. There he is.
Yeah, they got him. They just took him down.
No, they got him. They were just able to. Once again, the victim of a ill-placed tree right there in this area off of Olympic and Mines Avenue in Boyle Heights. They do have the suspect, one suspect in the vehicle. Absolutely incredible that this did not end in a terrible collision when that guy was just driving like a missile on the 60 freeway. One suspect looks like a younger male right here. Grand theft auto. One in custody. Just so thankful nobody was injured in this one.
Absolutely. Great job up there, Des. Thank you so much. And we're thankful that nobody was injured. We saw those speeds of up to 130 miles per hour on the 60. Came to this conclusion here, as you see in Boyle Heights. So we'll call that a code 4, and we'll get back to our programming here.